I managed to send the file descriptor over for to Wayland for the buffer where we're gonna exchange the pixels, or not exchange, like read the pixels from. Yet there's no luck. But I think I'm doing. There's a few places that I could be wrong, and one of them is this is shimpool ID. It's this one, the one where I send the file descriptor. Because sending file descriptors is a bit different. Because you gotta use this thing called send message. Yeah, actually, and the assertion failed too, so I'm not too sure about this. So I've got to figure that out. I guess there's a few questions here with this whole send message thing. I'm gonna check if that is correct and then move on. So let's go. Right, okay, so I think the first place to start is do I check this anywhere else? I guess this could just be standard dot as bytes request, and this would just be size of request. Don't need that. That means what have we sent over in that case? See message is defined here. Ziglang.org. Doc. What does underscore underscore do? Does it make like it private or something? Struct. Because I wonder why padding won't be included in the size. Oh, right. Okay. Right. Something's not right there. And it also has a default value. Returns a type. extend struct level type and control message is used. It's semi-opaque. Okay, and what do I actually pass on there? I think we need the man page. Man send message. Call send to and send message. I used to transmit a message to another socket. Right. The send may be only used when the socket's connected state. The only difference between send and write is the presence of flags. With the zero flag argument, send is equivalent to write. Right, okay. This is equivalent to send to socket the buff length flags null zero. Right, okay, so they're actually quite similar. The argument socket is the file descriptor of the sending socket. Okay, where did they talk about send to send connection code, destination address line, blah 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 blah. The address for send and send to the message is found in buff and has a length of len. For send message, however, the message is pointed to by the elements of the array message.message.iov, which is what we have done. Right, we send the array first. Base and len. Actually, the request is incorrect. New ID. I think this should just be. We don't need that. It's just the request. I don't need to separate the header because the request does have the header. Right. Okay. What else? What was it? Submit the address of the target is given by message name with message name length specifying its size. If send to is used on a, I'm pretty sure I missed this. If send to is used on a connection mode, substream sock sequence packet, seq that socket. Connection mode socket, the arguments destination, address, and address len are ignored. And the error EIS con may be returned when they are not null and zero. And the error E not con is returned when the socket has not actually connected. Otherwise, the address of the target is given by destination with address len specifying its size. For send message, however, the address of the target is given by message.message name. Message.message name. What if it already connect? If center is used on a connection mode socket, the arguments are ignored. Okay, don't know if that can be null in that case. The address of the target is given by message name. Okay, I mean, let me just check if that big build still should be broken. Connection reset up here. Display error of whoa. I think that's a pretty good error. Offset is too large. Where do I use offset? I mean, it's 0. Display error offset is too large. Okay, I would. Well, it seems like it's something's working. I want to see if this assertion would. Pass message. Header. Excuse me. Size of type of message header. That assertion might not pass. Yeah. I'm not sure. We'll leave that to the side for now. Let's have a look at this display error. Display error offset is too large. I'm not sure if there any other offset. This is the only offset. Create SHM pool buffer. SHM pool buffer I think is here. WL SHM pool. Create buffer offset. Buffer byte offset within the pool. Hey Jack. I found one mistake from yesterday, sorry. Is my message was wrong in send message. I was sending header twice. I fixed that and I've got a new error that the offset is too large. But I think that's a good thing. It feels like progress. I'm just figuring out. And it's still a display error. I guess that's just me printing display error. Is it display error? And they handle display event. I mean, that's fine. I don't care anyway. The message is from offset is too large. Is there a description of that error? Display error. Valid object method no memory implementation. What are these values? And how come I don't get? Jeez. Add an object of message. What else does it have? Object ID, code, message, learn. Let me print that as well. Object ID and code. Object ID. I guess that'll be the display ID. Add a object dot object ID. This will be code. Oh, what happened to the pipe? Why did it? Why did that change? What else did I change? That's weird. Standard POSIX and where did my display error go? Alright, I guess we'll have to figure this out. Add a broken pipe. Where do I print that? Guessing send. What are you sending? 479. Acknowledge configure. Is this the first one or the second one? There's only one. We do seem to get much further. Top level event 230. I think I need to respond to one of these events. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, in theory, let me check if I undo. I mean, this is stupid, but maybe I changed something else. I mean, I added a space there. Okay, I don't think it's the print. I think it was always broken. Yeah. It must have been like a timing thing. It'll display event. I gotta type that again. Just print the code. I think the object ID is 1. Maybe not. Object ID. Object the code. I guess before that I gotta fix top level event 0. A stream hub world. Event is top level event 0? I think top level is an XTG. Is it? Yeah, XTG top level is configure. Suggest a surface change. What are the other ones? 2 and 3. 2 is configure bounds, and 3 is WM capabilities. I think configure, requires an acknowledgement. Client must send an act configure in response to this event. Zero. Let me just send. I'll read the response later. I'll just send an act. Oh, but I need. Does it send a serial? No, it doesn't. I must send an act configure in response to this event. Is the serial the same? Oh, I could try that. And I think it's a U32. I don't think it's the same, but U32 equals null. This will become that. Let's say if serial, just in case. To do get, what's that again? Get bigger. Get. No, that's not it. So it's the first. This is not it. Because the pipe is broken here. Oh, and I guess there is no serial at this point. That's probably why. STD standard debug print. Serial, no. It's my guess. Yeah. So there must be. See xdg surface dot configure and xdg surface dot act configure. XDG surface here. Acknowledge a configure event. When an event is received, when a configure event is received, the client commits the surface in response to the configure event, then the client must make if a client commits the surface and responds to the configured event, then the client must make an act configure request sometime before the commit request, passing along the serial of the configured event. For instance, top level receives multiple. Client is not required to commit immediately. Okay, client gets in before committing. Sending an act configure request consumes serial number sent with the request, as well as the serial number sent by all configure request events. So that means they can no longer be reused, is my guess. Well, prior configured event reference by the committed serial. It is an error to issue multiple act configure requests referencing a serial from the same. Okay. So that wouldn't work anyways. Or to issue an act configure request referencing a serial from a configured event issued before the event identified by the last act configure request from the same XDG surface. Doing so will raise invalid serial error. So how can I respond with an act configure? This won't work. And I think this should just be changed to const. Got rid of that. Why am I checking this twice? I mean, there's a few mistakes here that I can see. Well, no mistakes, or like possible. And I think I'm doing the same here as well. It's fucking weird. Weird, man. And I guess here. Well, I think I must have copied the first one. XDG surface ID. So the pipe is broken before I can acknowledge the serial event. And plus I do get a few events before. Let me just. I still don't use the ping event. Ping, ping, ping. XDGWM base. Do I get a ping event? XDGWM base. Just copy this. XDGWM base ID. Yeah, base. XDGWM base ID. New ID. GWM base event. Surface base ID. There is no base event. In this XDG. What did I call it again? No. So it's not the ping event either. Just what is the last request that I sent? WLSHM XTG base ID, top level surface ID. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of some of these print statements. Let's print the events. Callback event. We get the SHM format. Then we get a top level event too. That's the first event. 012 configure bounds. We send prior to XTG top level the configured event to communicate the bounds a window geometry size is recommended to constrain to. XTG top level. Let's just get to give width and height. Window geometry size is recommended to constrain to. Okay, how did I parse the other events? Okay, guess I'll just make copy that. All this top level event. And I think I need multiple because there's different events. Let's call it configure bounds. Configure bounds. I call it bounds equals. Isn't it? So say I32. It's a good guess. And height. Can't be bothered to type that much. Returns bounds. Okay, if it's smaller than bounds, valid top level event with w equals w.h equals h. It's two value. This should be I32. Same here. Okay. I need to fix the consume. It should be top level event. And this should also be top level event. Okay. Top level events. Bounds equals event parse bounds. What did I call the method? Parse configure bound event. And I guess that's it. And this can add a standard debug print with byte. Bounce.w. I mean, they're both 0. Hang on, the pipe is no longer broken. What? What is that all about? Am I reading the right type? Wayland book. Protocol basics. Intuit 32 bit signed errands. Yeah, it's 32 bits. Well, I don't understand why the pipe is no longer broken. Let me just run it again. That is weird, man. That doesn't look right either. XTG shell get top level. Where do we set? I think I might not have set the right bounds. Create buffer, set window geometry. I've never used this method. Commit surface, attach buffer. Why is buffer a U32? Oh, because it's an ID. Right, okay. Get top level. If within, okay, there's an explanation. Surface coordinates are in surface coordinate space. If the width and height are 0, it means bounds is unknown and equivalent to as if no configure bounds event was ever sent for the surface. Configure bounds. The bounds can, for example, correspond to the size of the monitor, excluding any panels or any other shell components, so that a surface isn't created in a way that it cannot fit. The bounds may change at any point. In such a case, a new XDG top level configure bounds event will be sent, followed by XDG top level configure and XDG surface configure. If the bounds is unknown and equivalent, so is it just some event that it just sends? What is configure bounds? Okay, that was the event. What is configure? Suggests a service. I do get a configured event. Top level event. Z. Oh, because I don't print it anymore. Here. It returns with height and states. Let's get this. This will be pass configure event. Should not be defined. Cool, let's see. Yeah, let's just call it configure for now. Struct has a width, is an int I32. It's I32, an array of the states. The states listed in the event specify how the width/height arguments should be interpreted and possibly how it should be drawn. Clients must send an act configure in response to this event. If the width and height arguments are 0, it means the client should decide its own window dimension. Let me go back to the book. What was an array? Blob of arbitrary data prefixed with 32-bit integer specifying its length. Contents of the array parabit. Okay. Let's just say slice of you weight for now. And states 32. So the width and height should be the same. States one is, hang on, look at this. So be a U32, 32, consume U32. False. I do need to do minus padding. How did I read the array before? Self to buff and len. Okay, I can just do the same. Of two states len. Consume be a constituent. Data states 12 level resize edge state. Okay, so it's just enum values. Maximize full screen resizing activated. Tilted left, right, top, bottom, constrained right, constrained bottom. Okay. State set in this way at cw service.commit. Excuse me. I think it's rated as a U8. Do I need to remove the padding? I don't think it matters. Don't read anything after. Should be okay. Oh no. Did I just... I think... Oh, hang on. So I need another one. Configure event. This will return configure. Bounds. Get rid of this, get rid of this. Okay. pass configure event, and then I can print states. NA c dot states. Missing struct field states line. I don't think it needs to be. Yeah. States are empty. And now the pipe is broken again. And this pipe is weird. What does it say when it's empty? Configure bounds. No, was configure. If the width and height arguments are 0, it means the client should decide its own window dimensions. This may happen when the compositor needs to configure the state of the surface but doesn't have any information about any previous or expected dimension. There is this method called set window geometry. I never used it at XTG surface ID. Here. It says visible bounds from user's perspective. Client-side decoration often have indivisible portions like drop shadows, ignored for placing constraining windows. Window geometry is double buffer state, CWL surface commit. Alright, let's just set. But when do I call this event? Once the window geometry of the surface set, it's now possible to unset it. If never set, the value is the full bounds of the surface, including any subsurfaces. Okay, so you don't really need to set it. The arguments are given in the surface level coordinate space of the WL surface associated with WL surface itself and to mark parts of the subsurface tree as part of the window geometry. When applied, the effective geometry will be the set geometry clamped to the bounding rectangle of the combined geometry, blah 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 blah. No idea. And the new surface state is subsequently applied. The width and the height of effective geometry must be greater than 0. Setting the invalid size will raise invalid size error. Okay. I mean, let's try. Can't be worse than what it is now. Or maybe it could. Attach buffer. Where would it be safe to set window geometry? Create surface. What does it need? needs the XDG surface. Oh, I know. What if I did it in response to this event? Yeah, let's try. Set window geometry. What does it need? XDG surface ID. Oh, and I think I need to call a commit. Commit surface. Socket and surface ID. Socket, surface. I'm just trying random things at this point. Is it U32? Yeah. Oh no, the pipe is broken now. But to be fair, I think the geometry should have been set by that point here. It's always at the ACK configure that the pipe gets broken. Get rid of that, it's not doing anything. And it's only called here. Is my guess. Yep. XTG surface ID is a configured event. Pipe is broken. What if I don't? What happens? Okay, so I don't think it's the acknowledgement. Something that happens before closes the connection because of this error. And I think it's just an event that was just lying around. It's my guess. Display error offset is too large. Object ID 10, code 1. Display error. W display error object. Invalid method. Code is 1. What? I'm guessing this is code of code. Offset is too large because I think the window is too small. Because it's the same size as the window, maybe. Yeah, that was my next. Offset. Where do I set the offset? Create SHM pool. I think it could be display. Where do I print? And display event. Mhm. Pool ID. SHM pool ID. Oh, it's null. So that's not it. Print server. I should keep track of the IDs really. It's also null. Where do I get? Hang on. New ID. But I guess if it's null, I think, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't make a difference. I think it would, I think because it's null. Yeah. No, I'm just, what I'm going to do is when I assign an ID, I'm just going to print name, size of constituent, standard debug print. The name, comma, self dot current ID. So that way I can at least, okay. So this is SHM buffer ID. Top level surface ID. XDG surface ID. This is surface ID. Yeah. Sync ID. Okay, I think that should be everything. Yeah. 910 is the pool ID. Offset is too large. I mean, it makes sense because that's what I said. No, but that's the pool buffer. Oh yeah, but that is the object. Sorry, the interface. Offset is too large. XDG. Is it XDG? No, SHM. Sorry. Where's the pool? What's the method called again? Create pool buffer. Create pool. Oh, it should be somewhere here. Let's create buffer. Okay. There we go. Ah, it's an int. What do I send? I mean, that could be wrong. Offset is an int. This is an int. Stride is an int. Format is U32. Size of, would it be I32? Isn't stride? Oh yeah, it is wrong. This is like way too much. So it should be width times. No, that's the height. Width times size of I32. Yeah, width, and each pixel is I32. Is it I32 each pixel? Where do I even set that? Okay, what happens now? Should be 720. Oh, I mean, okay. I think it should be. Should not be 720. Width must not be larger than the stride. Oh yeah, okay. Actually, this should be 480. This is 7. Oh my god. I must have messed it up a few places. Okay, let me just use window width. And then this would be height. I've done it the opposite again. I swear. I made the same mistakes. Oh yeah, I do, I know. When I was using X11, I made the same mistakes. I guess 3 times. I mean, that's fine. That's the size of the buffer. It doesn't need to be that big. Let's be window width times height. Such simple. Window width height. I32. I'm not sure about this I32. Should be I32 or U32. Okay, I think that seems. I'll make this slightly bigger just in case. Yes, let's go. I just commented it out, so yeah. Come on, what am I missing? Object ID is 8. XTG surface ID. Am I not acknowledging the event? Before attaching buffer. Attach buffer. So let's get this, and then Move that there. We'll figure this out later. Yo, I was hoping something would happen. Where's my window? Maybe it's too small. The window. Yeah. So if I now set window geometry with height states. Come on, where did I use it? Try set window geometry XDG surface ID. Socket XDG surface ID. Fingers crossed. Oh, motherfucker. What am I setting the window geometry as? I think that request is wrong. I think it should also be I32. Set window geometry. Yep, they're all ends. Motherfucker. I was this is like so anticlimactic. I wonder if the window's here somewhere. I don't see any like anomaly. Surface ID, XDG surface ID, top level surface ID, buffer. There is another event that I missed. Top level event 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. WM capabilities. And actually, why are the states empty? Set window geometry. Do I need to commit set the new window geometry? I mean, I feel like I am so close. Why do these get printed? SHM ID. Don't need that. So the last event that I get is this one. Top level set maximized. Maximize the window. After requesting the surface, the compositor will respond emitting a configured event. Subject to compositor policies. Okay, let's try. Can't hurt. What does it need? Oh, it needs nothing. Hang on. Yeah, waiting. I'm out of coffee. What about top level event 3? What is that? Oh yeah, the capabilities. F-truncate sets all bytes to 0. Then with ARGB, your window is transparent. Well, my guess was, well, okay. I can set the other format. I think it's, what am I setting now? The format. Where do you use the format? I think it's see the format is format. Create SHM pool buffer. Format is 0. I can set it to 1. I think, is that correct? SHM format. Where is that event? SHM format event. Yep. Here. ARGB is 0. XRGB is 1. It's still 32-bit. Okay. Create SHM pool buffer. Set it to 1. No luck. Set window geometry. Let's just try commit the surface, just in case. I'm looking around on my desktop, hoping to see like a window. Let me see if I can taskbar. Is it taskbar? What's it called? I forgot the name. What if I switched off the tiling window? Is it this one? Okay, I've turned it off. Now, Look at ghosty event log. I forgot. How do you do that? No, that's Wayland debug. Ghosty event. Set a search. Ghosty dogs. Oh, the Wayland debug. Let me run this once. Maybe I can just do it. Sure. Oh no, not now. Debug ghosty. Went to justice seat. Get registry, delete ID, global, bind compositor, sub compositor. Some corner radius manager, data device manager, fractional scale manager, keyboard shortcuts, ZXTG output manager. Then you call sync. Actually, let me just try calling instead of new ID dot new ID sync after config. Yeah, no, nothing happens. What is this output manager? I have seen it before. No, I think Ghost is fine. There is an error. I did notice there was an error here. Get viewport Ghosty symbol lookup error. Some libegl thingy. Undefined symbol. W will display create queue with name. You can see my monitor geometry. It does a lot of stuff. Output manager, blah blah. Okay, it calls shared memory, cursor shape, viewporter. What is that? Is that the only reference of an drawing library? KDE Kevin server, decoration manager, blah blah blah. Tablet manager, input method manager. Cosmic top level manager. Get XDG output. Let me check what the other guy did. What was it called? Creating a registry, frame buffer, chatting with the compositor, reacting to interfaces. Wayland display connect. U32, this is helper methods, registry bind, create surface, create shared memory file. WM base pong. I never get this event. But I guess the pipe's still open, so. Acknowledge configure, we have that. Create shared memory pool. I think he does, oh yeah, he does the whole C message thing as well. SCM writes. It's still 1, right? C message then. Oh well, I mean, something looks weird there. C message. He sends size of FD. Whereas here is the size of the struct. I mean, it can't be it, but okay. I'm not sure about this. Not sure about this. Okay, anyway. It does get XTG surface. Yep, do that too. Pull, create buffer. Get top level. Surface commit. Where, what else? This is handle message. Okay, so that's everything. I mean, seem to be doing those as well. WL surface attach. Do I call that? That's the buffer. WL surface attach. What is the method? Or is it attached buffer? Wayland surface attach. WL surface. Attach. Okay, it is the buffer. Okay. I don't know. Can't think of anything. Must be something subtle. Reacting to events. At which point does he get a window? Might be useful to like print something in there. Oh no, I forgot to set maximized. Is it on XTG surface? Set maximized. Shell surface. Actually, we don't use shell surface, right? Maybe XTG set maximized. Okay, here. XTG top level. And I guess it takes nothing. XTG top level. Top level ID. Just needs the header. Don't need that. Object ID is XTG top level ID. Opcode is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Size of header. What did I call the ID? XTG top level. Top level surface ID. Okay, set window geometry. Get rid of that. Set maximized. This would be top level surface ID. Yeah. Okay. Let me close this. No. Level surface ID, obvious 9. You should get a response. Set maximized. Actually, this maximize the compositor will respond by emitting a configure event. Let me check. Set maximized. Configure is 0, right? Well, I guess I'm setting it too many times. Because every time I call, it'll send me another top level service ID. Let me call this attach buffer. Commit surface. Yeah, because if I call it here, but to be fair, it doesn't give me a new one. With height states. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it must be something like small, which makes it worse. There is no error. I miss the errors now. Preferred it when they were errors. Hang on, did it say parse conf? Yeah, no, it said it'll send another one. You gotta acknowledge the configuration. Yeah, I don't know if it's if it's yeah, I guess. It's just there, but you can't see it, that's all. There must be a way to see if there's a Wayland window open. What does Wayland have? Wayland. They do have that debug thing. Might be a while. Might be a time to get it. But you know, sounds like a problem for tomorrow. Yeah, it does. I'll save this. It works. Just can't see it working. So if like a tree fell in the forest and nobody saw it, did the tree fall? It's kind of same situation. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Yeah, exactly. Don't see it. Right, okay. I think the next step is to get the debugger working and the Wayland debugger. One of these. And see what's going on. Let's try. This seems... Oh, it seems pretty small. I don't know. Who is this person? I don't know who that is. But okay. We'll have... No, maybe not that one. Wayland debugging extras. They do specify a few debuggers. So we'll try one of them and then see where it goes. But we're making progress. There's a lot of cleanup to do after, but it's almost 1,000 lines. but there's a lot of duplication, so I guess it's not that big. So the lines don't mean anything. Okay. I hope you have a good day. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Trying to open a window. Feel like never gonna build that debugger. I'm just gonna be working on Wayland client. Yeah. Thanks again, Jack. You have a good one too. Alright. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you later. See ya.